On today's show,
Paul George says that it's not championship or bust when it comes to staying with OKC, but do you believe him?
we discuss if the Rookie of the Year race is over and take a look at the first All-Star return.
And Lonzo Ball drops by Fuller House in a brand new edition of the Meme Team.
It's Thursday, January 4th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Whether you're joining us live right now on NBA TV, watching us later on YouTube, listening to the podcast, doesn't matter, we're happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Thank you for joining us.
To his right, the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friends.
Lily.
Lily, and last, certainly not least, over yonder, that's the bearded one, that's Trey Kirby.
Hey,
yo! Trey, what's up?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at #TheStarters, and if you're watching this show in North America, you're probably freezing cold. That's on account of the bomb cyclone, which is gripping the eastern part of the country. The bomb cyclone, of course, is any time the barometric pressure drops 24 millibars or more within 24 hours. Duh. But that's just a weather bomb cyclone, and it brings us to today's question. What is an NBA bomb cyclone? Because that is an awesome term, and we should definitely rip it off. Here's a few things it could be. For instance, it could be a really, really great spin move. LeBron James hits him with the bomb cyclone and he's there for the dunk. Or it could be any epic dunny ball shot. For instance, Michael Beasley's. Look at the way this thing spins and spins and spins and then drops like a bomb cyclone. Or it could be Lee's signature dance move. Not the moonwalk, the spin and the drop. Hit him with the bomb cyclone, Lee! Killing him. We want to hear from you, so let us know on Twitter, what is an NBA bomb cyclone? Send us your best tweets to #TheStarters. We'll hear from you later.
Looked like you were dropping a bomb cyclone right there.
You had the chops, too. You're wearing weird David Brent boots. What a look you had going in Vegas.
Once something goes on someone's phone, it lives forever.
That's absolutely true. All right, well, get your tweets in. We got a fun show tonight. One more look at this.
Drop it low, Lee. Drop it low, Lee.
Wow, the flair. You had a lot of flair with your hands there.
That was like day 12 of being in Vegas, by the way.
Yeah, we were going crazy.
The Cavs look good, though.
Okay, look, we got a fun show tonight. We're going to take a look at the first returns when it comes to the All-Star voting. We got a brand new edition of the Meme Team. We got Lee's very solid play. But let's start with a little true or false. There was a lot going on last night. And Trey, you got a few true or false questions for us.
Most Def. The Thunder played the Lakers last night, which means Paul George played in Los Angeles, which means drama, as the OKC swingman has long been rumored to be a free agent target for the Lakers this coming summer. But in an ESPN profile on PG-13, he had this to say about his future with the Thunder. Quote, "I'm very conscious that we're only together for a year so far, and we continue to go in an upward trend. So I wouldn't say it's championship or bust or championship and I'm out. If I like where we're building or the level that we're going at, it would be stupid to walk away from that." Guys, Paul George says a lot of things, so true or false? PG's comments are sincere.
I think they're sincere in that he's going to weigh the OKC situation when it comes to the offseason, but he's excluding a monstrous part of what he's going to factor in, and that's possibly going home. A couple days ago, Tuesday, he said 70 or 80% of guys in the league would like to go home and play in front of their home crowds.
Right.
And Los Angeles, the team that he was playing against, they're also trending in an upward direction, so he's going to weigh that. He's going to weigh OKC. He's going to weigh where the monies lie as well. He's going to weigh a lot of things. That's it.
I think his agent and people around him have probably said, don't tell everyone you're going to the Lakers no matter what, because that's what basically happened last season with the Pacers. He said, I'm going to LA. And then he went to Oklahoma City and said, yeah, I'm still going. But I think he will factor in how this season goes. And we've talked about a lot, whether they first off make the playoffs and then how far they go in the playoffs. And if they are a championship contending team, then I think he probably will reconsider immediately bolting to LA. If he feels that he can have a really good chance to win with the Thunder, he will do that.
But what does that mean? Does that mean taking the Warriors to a 7-game series in a conference final or a second round? Does that mean getting to the finals? Does that mean winning
getting out
a
of that first round and probably challenging certainly in that second round where you're going to
That's
face...
a championship contender? Getting out of one round?
I don't think he knows.
He's going to LA.
I don't think he really knows at this point. You think it's a guarantee?
It has been a done deal for a good year now because he has, and I love it, he's been very upfront about his affinity to go home and play in LA. He wants to. He grew up idolizing Kobe Bryant and Shaq, and he thinks it'd be a treat for him and for his brand, because these guys are all about growing their brand, to go to the LA market and do what he can do there with them. And I don't think he's worried at all about the Lakers being in dead last in the Western Conference compared to what the Thunder are doing right now. Right now, yes, he's going to say, yeah, I'm with the Thunder and we want to win a title and all the good stuff, but he doesn't really care about that for the long term. It's not like he's like 35, 36 years old at the end of his career here and he's like, I got to get a ring. he's in his prime. He's in his prime, so he could go to the Lakers as the only real good guy there, let's say, and he's fine with that because, first off, there's some young talent there to build around in Kuzma and Ball and so on, and then you can have some other guys come in. I don't think he's any rush to win a title next year, which is why I think he's going to LA, and he has been for a while.
I think it's likely he goes to LA. If I was going to put a Kevin Gamble on the situation,
Sure.
I'd say most likely. But I do think he is going to weigh the situation, and it could also mean what LeBron and KD have done the last couple of years, which is a one and maybe an option year,
Sure.
to get out after another year. But it also, the finances. Are the Lakers just going to give him max deal here, or what's the money
Got
situation?
the cap space in
For
LA
sure.
to sign him and another big name free agent. But again, if you then sign another guy, that does reduce his role again a little bit. So for me, it's got to be about a successful season. And they've turned things around in OKC. They're certainly improved over the last 10 or 15 games or so. But I think deep playoff run is what he needs at a minimum to be
All right.
convinced to stay.
Trey, I don't know if you just spilt your water over there, but
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
A bomb cyclone hit the desk over here. It was terrible, the massive destruction. Anyways, it was a big night for rookies last night as four of the leading Rookie of the Year candidates in Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, Kyle Kuzma, and Donovan Mitchell were all in action. And while this has seemed like Simmons' award to lose, Mitchell is now at the top of NBA.com's rookie ladder, and Jeff Van Gundy says it's not a done deal. Guys, true or false? The Rookie of the Year race is wide open.
It's true.
Yeah, I think so.
This is not an award that takes account into winning. This is more a stat-based award based on the individual who's being in his first season, or in Simmons' case, his perhaps second season.
Yeah.
Simmons started off so well. He led all the rookies in all those major categories, but Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Kuzma have come along with more highlights to sort of steal the spotlight away from him.
that's true.
But I think overall, as far as his team contribution, I think Simmons is still the heavy favourite because of the points, rebounds, assists, steals. He's leading the rookies in three of those categories, rebounds, assists and steals. Donovan Mitchell is now leading in points, and I think Mitchell probably will lead the league rookies in scoring for the rest of the season, but I think as an overall contribution, it's still Simmons is in the leading spot.
Interesting, because December, Donovan Mitchell just ran the show. 23 points per game, while Ben Simmons fell to about 14 points per game. He wasn't awesome in December in terms of scoring. And you mentioned obviously Ben Simmons was hurt last year. I think we need a new award, Rookie of the Year, who wasn't hurt last year, because Donovan Mitchell would automatically get it. But there's all these guys are legitimately in the race, especially because Ben Simmons, fell off a little bit in December, and Tatum won East Rookie of the Month in December, and Mitchell won the West. But all these guys are legitimate candidates all of a sudden. And you said it's a stat-based award. That's 100% true. But when Ben Simmons came out of the gate, the way he was playing, it wasn't just stat-based. It was just his physicality. This guy looks like a man playing with boys a lot of the time, the way he got to the rim. So a lot of it was just, we were taken aback by this guy's play. And now, I think Donovan is, stats-wise, has caught up, and we're sort
Only
of taking
scoring,
notice.
though. It's only scoring.
It is only. Ben Simmons is the overall package. And if you were going to take one guy from those guys right now, you'd probably still take Ben Simmons.
And then you look at Tatum, who was thrust into a prominent role with the Celtics, obviously, when Gordon Hayward goes down. And this guy, as a 19-year-old, and that's the crazy part with him, is contributing to one of the best teams in the league in the Celtics. He's hitting still 47% from three, which is mind-boggling. His defense is pretty good, again, for a teenager in the league. He doesn't force shots. He lets the game come to him a little bit more.
He could win a fancy layups contest.
Because he's great at layups. So it's nice that we finally have an entertaining Rookie of the Year race here. And it did look like very, very early on, at least, that Ben Simmons maybe was going to run away with it. But you definitely can make a case for some of these guys.
For Simmons, the criticism on him, he wasn't able to shoot the ball, but he's shooting at 50%, so he's still finding ways of scoring the ball. But Tatum and Donovan Mitchell are clearly better long-distance shooters than Ben Simmons, and probably will be for at least another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and we're the media. We jumped on that story and we said, "Oh man, this guy is the Rookie
Would
of the
you
Year."
still vote? Would you still vote for Ben Simmons though, if right now the league,
I would.
the season ended?
I would, but the way that his numbers have fallen off in December. I mean, if this were to go on for the rest of the year, I don't think he would win.
We will
actually,
see. We will see. All right, Trey, final one.
All right, the Lakers lost again last night, getting spanked by 37 in their 8th consecutive loss. It was so bad that rookie Kyle Kuzma said the team, quote, flat out gave up, and that, quote, it's pretty embarrassing to be out there when you're losing by almost 40, and that, quote, something has to change because, quote, that is not being a Laker. Spicy. True or false? Kuzma was right to call out the Lakers.
and then quote. Later on in the evening, he tweeted, "We're going to figure this out. Promise that." And I love it. I mean, he's a leader.
Someone has to call them out.
Yeah, and he's a rookie. And that's okay because this team is extremely young. So there aren't other vets on this team that are the vocal leaders. I mean, who is it? I mean, you can argue that him or Brandon Ingram are the team's best player.
Yep.
And I love the fact that he called everyone out. I think that's entirely fine. Luke Walton echoed those same quotes because they did sort of
Four
fall
of their
apart.
last 6 losses have been by 15 points or more. That is a sign of a team that's giving up and not fighting to the end. So why not just call them out and say, listen, we've got to at least compete better than we did, especially at home to lose by 37 last night. That's pretty awful.
The Lakers are just not skilled enough right now to win games in which they don't give a full effort, and that's what's happening here. I mean, it only for some reason only feel like they play really tough against the Rockets every once in a while, but they're on a bad slide here and they're searching for answers. Look, their next 3 opponents at home are Charlotte, Atlanta, and Sacramento. Those have to be either 2 or 3 wins there, I think, for this squad, at least for the trajectory and where they want to go with this franchise.
And if they're not, we'll address the question we talked about the other day. I mean,
with Luke Walton, whether or not he's on the hot seat.
37-point loss at home, 8 straight
It's bad.
losses at home.
It's
do you,
very, very
do you
bad.
still feel 100% he's safe?
I still do.
I still feel fine about it. The injuries are a big part of it. They
Huge.
don't have their starting point guard.
Huge part of it. All right. Up next, we're going to look at a few of the biggest surprises from the first fan returns for the 2018 All-Star Game. These guys just dropped. Don't go anywhere.